Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good moment to you, wherever and whenever you are on this sweet, wild, sacred earth. I'm Julie Ling, and this is the Voice of Wonder. Thank you for joining me. I invite you to simply settle in and let the flute open your heart. Today, I invite you to notice where you have given yourself away. Have you even let your own energy come down into your body, settle in your throat, in your heart, in your belly, in the sweet singing bowl of your hips? And if you haven't yet, today, I invite you to let yourself settle now. Because if you're not now here, you're nowhere. And this is the only moment there ever is. So I invite you into it. And when we don't let ourselves come in to our bodies, into the moment, we miss it, and yet it's a giving away to no one. When we're not here, we're nowhere, and no one gets the benefit of our energy, our spirit, our essence, our beauty, or at least not fully. And so that's a gift to no one, nowhere. It's the nowhere man or woman. So I invite you again into this now, here. And as you settle a little more fully into yourself, into your body, into your breath, noticing it breathing you, rising like a tide, and falling, and rising, and falling. I invite you to notice where else you've given yourself or your energy away and not kept any for you. Have you received an insight and rushed to offer to other people, but not really kept it for yourself? Not really brought it into your bones and your body and your being? I find that I've been doing that. So I invite you to notice where you might be. What beautiful thing have you received that you've just given away, like a hot potato? Just noticing now. noticing how when none of it stays with you, sticks with you, you feel a little hollow and empty, maybe a little drained, a little depleted. I noticed the last week or so, I have felt so drained. It's been all I could do to come. And I made a commitment to be here, and I have been here, and I am here. And I noticed how the insights have come in, and most of us have heard about giving to God. And most of us don't do it consciously. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It's the sense that we don't get to just receive. So we give as generously as we can, hoping that someone will give back to us. And usually that ends in a lot of resentment and disappointment and frustration. And because we always sense it when it isn't a freely given, cleanly given gift, that others resent it, they feel it, and they're like, ugh. And we've all done it. We've all been taught to do it. You don't get to receive just for you. So you give to everybody else, and then in the rightness of the world, you will receive back, except somehow it never seems to work that way. And I wonder where it all goes, honestly. So just noticing if that's alive in you anywhere in your life. And then there's also this other part that I've been noticing, and I mentioned first, this getting to give. Oh, let me tune in, tap into every insight, all the energies around me, so I can give it, so I can give it, so I can give it. And I haven't kept it. It's all become this knee-jerk, let me receive, to give it away like a hot potato. And even the practices that I normally do before I begin, yesterday I woke up and I started to do them, and I felt this heavy, heavy exhaustion inside of myself, that I was doing them to get through them, doing them to get them done. And they weren't nourishing me. They weren't nourishing me the way they had. And so now I'm in this space, and I'm going to invite you here with me to just receive for you. And my cup felt like a swamp drained dry, because I wasn't letting anything stay inside long enough to moisten me or fill me up. And that frankly sucks. So I invite you to notice where you may have been doing that and meet it with some compassion. If you've done this, most likely it's because you were taught it wasn't safe to receive for you. I was taught that. So I invite you to soften into it and meet it with just a little bit of love, a little bit of loving kindness, just a little bit. And I invite you as well to imagine what it would feel like. Usually when I'm speaking like this, or playing the flute, or reading, embodying something I've written, it feels like a waterfall flowing through me. And I feel so full and so grateful and so alive and so empowered. And somehow I managed to flip a switch inside of me where it all just went out. And I am going to lean back into the waterfall and let it fill me, and the overflow be offered to you. And I invite you to let it fill you to overflowing. I invite you to, like a sponge, expand to 27 times your normal energetic size and receive it all. Let it wash through you and into you and fill you up like a cup that overflows, like a singing bowl that fills and fills and fills and vibrates and resonates and resonates and resonates until every part of you, every atom and electron and subatomic particle is vibrating with the energy, and you are full of it, filled with it, and filled with you. Who else on this sweet, wild, sacred earth are you meant to be filled with but you and your own energy? So I invite you to let as much of this in as you humanly or beyond humanly possibly can. Letting the music in, the energy in, the vibration in, filling you and overflowing you. Feeling it, letting it absorb into every pore of your skin, letting it fill your ears, your heart, your belly, the singing bowl of your hips, and pour through you, overflowing into the earth. And so as you go out into your day or your afternoon or your evening or your night and step sideways into the in-between of the land of dreams, that any sound you hear, any beautiful words you hear, any music, whether it is of sound or of sight or of feeling, the feel of the air on your skin or the touch of a hand on your cheek, or maybe they're the same. You drink in, you receive for you, because most of us learned, oh yes, it's important to give to people. You are a people too. It is as important to give and to receive for and to yourself as it is to give and receive to anyone else. Please don't let your cup drain dry. Don't let yourself become empty. Let yourself be filled. That's my desire for you today. So go out on this day and let yourself hear everything that is singing. Let it sing inside of you and feed you, body, mind, and soul. I'm Julie Ling. Let all of this sing. Have a beautiful and blessed day.